This is part 8 of Razorpages tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss the basics of routing in ASP.NET Core Razorpages. Like MVC, ASP.NET Core Razorpages also uses a combination of conventions and configuration to control how routing works. It's important to keep in mind, Razorpages also use the same routing infrastructure as MVC under the hood. The difference is in how routes are configured. In ASP.NET Core MVC, we use either convention-based or attribute routing to match an incoming request URL to a controller action. In Razorpages, the path to the file determines the URL at which the page can be reached. By default, all Razorpages live in the pages directory. Now let's understand how default URL mapping in Razorpages work with an example. At the moment, in the pages directory, let's say we have these two Razorpages, index and privacy. So if we take a look at the project we've been working with, notice in the pages folder we have those two Razorpages, index and privacy, and this is the URL that we use to get to the index Razor page, localhost :port number, because we are running our project on a local machine. So the first part here is the host part. If we have deployed this on a production server, we would have a domain name like pragimtech.com. So that's the host part. And then to get to the index page, we use /index because index is the name of the Razor page. We don't use the file extension .cshtml in the route. We also do not include the root pages directory here. Similarly, to get to the privacy Razor page, we use privacy instead of index. Index.cshtml is the default Razor page, so we get two routes out of the box. One of the routes is /index, which we have already seen, and the other is simply by navigating to the root of our application, localhost :port number. If we have this application deployed on a production server, we would have a domain name like pragimtech.com. So simply by navigating to the root URL pragimtech.com, the index page will be served. So the point that I'm trying to make is, to get to the index Razor page, we have two routes, /index or simply the root, and to get to privacy, it is /privacy. Now let's say we have this employees subfolder in the root pages folder, and in the employees folder we have two Razor pages, index and details. So to get to the index Razor page, we again have two routes, /employees /index, or because index is the default document, we can also get to it by simply navigating to /employees. And similarly, to get to the details page, we use /employees /details. In our project, in the employees subfolder, we have index Razor page. There are two routes to reach this index Razor page. One of the routes is simply /employees, and the other one is /employees /index. Here is the important point to keep in mind. In the root pages folder or any subfolder underneath it, index is the default Razor page. So when we navigate to /employees, the default Razor page index from this employees folder is served. Now let's add a Razor page with name employees.cshtml to the root pages folder and see what happens. Employees is the name of the Razor page. Notice in the pages folder we have a subfolder with name employees and a Razor page with name employees.cshtml. So the question now is, when we navigate to /employees, what should ASP.NET Core do? Should it serve the index Razor page from the employees subfolder, or should it serve this employees.cshtml Razor page? There is a bit of an ambiguity here. Let's see what ASP.NET Core does. So at the moment we are trying to navigate to /employees. Let's see what ASP.NET Core does. Ambiguous match exception. The request matched multiple endpoints. So this URL /employees matched multiple Razor pages. Employees Razor page in the root pages folder, index Razor page in the employees subfolder. So ASP.NET Core does not know which Razor page to serve, so it gives a processing with this ambiguous match exception. So the point that I'm trying to make is, if a single URL matches multiple Razor pages, ASP.NET Core throws ambiguous match exception. There are several ways to fix this exception. One easy way is to rename one of the Razor pages so there is no ambiguity. The second option is to override the default route. Let's look at this in action. Remember, in Razor pages, by default, URLs are mapped to physical files on the file system. However, we can change this default behavior so there is no relationship with the file name. At the moment, this URL /employees is mapped to two physical files on the file system: employees.cshtml in the root pages folder, index.cshtml in the employees subfolder. Now what we want to do is tell Razor pages to use a completely different route to reach this index Razor page in the employees subfolder, and the way we do that is by using @page directive. So let's open the index Razor page in the employees folder. Next to this @page directive, let's include double quotes and specify our custom route. So now we have to use this route /employee_list to get to this index Razor page in the employees folder. Look what happens when I reload this page. There we go. We no longer have the exception, and this Razor page employees.cshtml is served when we navigate to /employees. And to get to this index Razor page in the employees subfolder, we have to use this route /employee_list. Let's try that. There we go. At this point, you might be wondering, can I use the route /employees/index to get to this index Razor page? Well, we can't. With a custom route like this in place, we have to use this route to get to this index Razor page. If we use /employees/index, we get a 404. Let's quickly look at that in action. There we go, 404. At the moment, our route starts with a /. So to get to this page, the URL is /employee_list. Now, if the route does not start with a /, then this path becomes a relative path. So to get to this index page in the employees folder, the route has to be employees/employee_list. If we use just /employees, this Razor page employees.cshtml will be served. Let's quickly look at this in action. Notice when we use the URL /employees, we see employees.cshtml Razor page in the root pages folder. To get to this index Razor page in the employees subfolder, we have to use employees/employee_list. There we go. The third approach to resolve this ambiguous match exception is to use route parameters. If we remove this custom route, save our changes, and then if we try to navigate to /employees, we know what happens. We get ambiguous match exception. There we go. Let's fix this error using route parameters. To specify route parameters, we use a pair of curly braces within double quotes and then specify the name of our route parameter. Let's save our changes and then reload this web page and see what happens. We no longer have the exception, and this route /employees is mapped to this page employees.cshtml in the root pages folder. To get to this index Razor page in the employees subfolder, we have to provide a value for this name parameter. So navigating to /employees/abc or /employees/david or /employees/123, all these routes map to the index Razor page in the employees subfolder, and we see that in the browser. We can also include constraints on route parameters. At the moment, this name parameter accepts any value, integer, alphabets, combination of both, etc. Now let's say for this name parameter, we only want to allow alphabets A to Z. We can enforce that by using the alpha constraint. To specify a constraint, we include a colon and then specify the name of the constraint, in this case alpha. With the alpha constraint in place, this route /employees/123 will not be mapped to the index razor page in the employees subfolder. If we try, we get a 404. There we go. On the other hand, if we use alphabets like A, B, C, D, E, for example, it works as expected. We will discuss route parameters and constraints in more detail in our upcoming videos. That's it in this video. Thank you for listening.